as you enter camp, Logan is the first to approach you. There's not even any guard stationed right now. That's how short on hands they are. Logan immediately approaches you and says, get your things ready. We're leaving during the middle of the night. We can't stay here anymore.
But what about the whole treason thing?
Don't worry about it. I spoke with Mary and the captain. They're gonna cover for us. Right now, we need to leave. Our job given to us by the prince was to take over the fortress. That's done. We still have to get to the hideout.
Understood.
I'm gonna check on the paladin.
Get whatever rest you can now. We're gonna ride through the night.
Yeah, I'm just checking on the paladin in the tent. He's still, like, passed out, right?
The paladin is passed out and he has a bump on his head.
God damn it, Logan! I swear to fuck. I don't say that out loud, but, I do give him a glare.
Logan looks confused and not sure why you're angry.
She points at the bump on his head.
He shrugs.
Okay. But yeah, after that, she's gonna go and find Vira, basically. Which I suspect she's next to a paladin.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm just busying myself with the paladin, pretending not to hear anything.
Vira.
As I still feel like a total ass.
So, Vira, may I talk to you in private?
Sure.
And with that, no one's gonna get to hear that. That's for later. But part of it that you could hear is basically her saying about Geo in feeding. As I mentioned before, if he's gonna feed off of my nightmares, then he's gonna allow to. But there are some ground rules. Cannot ever share.
As you guys are talking, Jill finally pipes up. This may not be the best time, but I am not sure how I feel about this. I was trying to keep it to myself as much as possible, but I'm sorry to say, just feeding on your negative dreams and emotions is probably not going to be enough to sustain me. Also, it will have side effects, so I cannot do it. Not constantly, at least.
Can't you just take from some other people?
How can I put this? If you're in a desert and you find a drop of water, drinking it is not going to make a difference.
How many dreams do you even need?
It's not about the quantity, it's about the quality.
Mentally so that, Iris and nobody else hears, I'm just gonna say, basically I'm just gonna do my proposition of him feeding off of my tragic backstory, TM. So
he absolutely refuses.
That's some potent negative emotions. Is there any way I could persuade him into, like feeding off of it just a little bit?
You cannot roll high enough to persuade him. Even if you crit, he will still not do it.
Why, though?
He doesn't want to tell you.
Then
you
what
can
did
tell.
That demon do?
You just tell by looking at Vira. She's a giant knot of worrying.
Yeah, it's like
Reinhardt gave me some of his energy. He basically relinquished some of his souls to feed me.
Wait, you can feed off of such things?
Yes, I can feed off the strength of other demons. However, they need to be willing in order for me to consume them without feeling guilt. Like
Wait
I said, I will not eat them.
I just had an idea. Can I feed him using the souls I collect?
Yes, you can.
Oh my god, that solves everything!
But there's a problem. You're gonna need a lot.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, I have 10,000 right now. I'll just let everybody else pay for stuff. All of the souls I collect are now going straight towards...
You've only just thought of that.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I didn't think
Iris
that
just
was
came
gonna
up with
work.
it. It was essentially going to suggest that so then Ray can't feed you the souls we obtained.
You see, Adam, this is the kind of shit I'm talking about. People just don't wanna fucking think.
I didn't think it was
You know
gonna
what?
work.
I think I need to sit Amanda down and teach her how to think like a mage.
By the way, Vira should feel kind of even more guilty with the fact that Iris, who has, let's see, only 10 intelligence, figured this out before she did. Then again, she's got high wisdom. She's like, yeah.
Here's another thing. Jill would know that. Why didn't he mention it?
Yeah, what the fuck, Gio?
Yeah, actually gonna mention why.
Basically, from this point on, y'all better be paying for stuff with Damon Souls because I'm feeding my husband using them.
With Matt Damon souls?
Yes, Matt Damon Souls.
Matt Damon Souls, but yeah.
Anyway, as you guys are having your heart-to-heart, it's the sun is slowly starting to set under the moans and cries of wounded soldiers that are lucky enough to be among the living still. Well, hopefully most of them will make it throughout the night. However, you won't get to see what happens because during the night you will be leaving. You still have much to do and little time. Night falls, and Logan starts packing his things and prepares to start leaving. Right. Did the pop-up work properly? Because I think I made some changes and I might have... Okay,
no,
cool. Everything works properly, nice.
Yep.
The only one who's at the entrance of the camp as you're leaving is Bloody Mary herself. She doesn't say much as you guys are getting ready to leave. Logan just nods to her, she nods back, she then looks towards the rest of you guys and just quietly says, "Thank you for everything."
Iris nods with a smile.
For you, Iris, she actually walks towards you and gives you a light hug. You get the feeling that's her way of saying gratitude for, you know, saving her husband.
I pet her back. I'm just like stroking her back. It's like, thanks. Damn married woman.
Out there.
It's like, don't worry. It'll take more than just a few things on the road to bother me.
She stands there and watches as you guys quietly leave into the night, without saying anything else. After you've traveled for a good 15-20 minutes, Logan finally takes out the whistle and summons his steed and urges you to do the same, since you guys will be traveling for a while. Once again, you guys find your way back on the road. Everybody give me a ride check.
Was that animal handling, right?
Yep.
Were we rolling that with advantage? I don't remember. We had advantage on this rolls, right? Because of the magical horse thingy. Or am I misread?
Oh yeah, I think you had advantage, yeah, so it's not as bad, okay. Yeah, I forgot about that. I think you do have one. Actually, I don't remember, but fuck it, it makes sense to me, so... I
mean, I think yes, like, you know, because it's like not an actual horse. Whereas actual horses, we don't have advantage.
Something like that. Honestly, don't remember, dude. If I said it, it's true. There we go. Okay, so the worst is a 12. That's okay, it's not as bad. Right. So you guys continue to travel through the night without getting any rest. It's tough getting on the road when you should be sleeping, but these are abnormal times, so there you go. You ride through the night without any trouble. When day breaks, you get a closer view of the battlefronts up ahead. Plenty of scorched lands, plenty of corpses to go around. A few camps here and there. As you pass by a few of the other battalions, you notice some very unsavory sights. It seems they have been very successful in their campaigns as well. They've managed to capture quite a few demons. Some of them are getting tortured, executed. Some of them, well, they are prisoners of war, so they don't have any rights. You can do whatever you want to them. Others you see are getting loaded into carts and prepared for slavery and being taken back home. You can only imagine. Actually, you would probably get a good idea, Alyssia.
let's say that every captured demon alive is worth a pretty penny in the right hands. Presumably nobles who have plenty of cash to go around, of course.
I mean, like a say well-trained demon servant. What are we talking here? 1,000
Oh,
gold?
not exactly servant, more like toys.
Well,
and
you know.
Experiments.
Well, I mean, I suppose they're all nobles that actually use them as servants, but, because of eccentricity or whatever.
The thing about the front line is it's mostly from what you're seeing, it's goblins, orcs, the kind of things you faced. However, from time to time, there are more humanoid beings, and some of them are quite easy on the eyes. You can imagine those get captured for different reasons. Anyway,
I'm just gonna
as you guys continue
ignore...
forward, you barely have any time to rest. Logan has been really pushing the horses. Well, the horses can't really complain since they never tire. You guys are a different story, however. You've ridden all through the night and all through the day. It's actually starting to get dark already. Logan doesn't seem to give any indication that he has any plan of stopping.
I don't know.
So yes, is somebody gonna question this decision?
Well,
or...
you as well, Shugo. Are we not gonna rest? It's getting dark.
You're in charge, Iris. You decide when we stop.
Alright, then we're gonna stop then. She's gonna turn back towards Theron and say, scout out a location for us to set up camp.
There we go. Oh, jeez. Rolling so well tonight.
15 is good enough. Keep in mind, right now you are on the front lines, sure, but there are plenty of camps around you, so the area is pretty safe and it's been pretty picked clean, so there's no shortage of good advantageous areas you can pick, and it's relatively safe. Because, plenty of other parties around to help in case something happens.
And Alyssia's
However, the subject of food is a different matter. Hopefully you have enough, because there is no wildlife out here, as you can imagine.
Yes,
well,
rations.
I think when we were in towns, right?
We paid a heavy price to get that fortress. While you were busy dealing at Hawksfeet village with the demons, I split off, remember? I entered the other camps and I was gathering information on the enemy. I knew ahead of time that we were dealing with artillery made by Agatha. And thanks to my contacts, I know that she is very prideful and very difficult when it comes to her inventions. Messing with them is the worst thing you could have done. She is very vengeful like that. If you hadn't messed with her weapons, she probably would not have stuck around, and she probably wouldn't have killed so many soldiers.
Just another good reason to make sure to shatter as many as possible.
Yes, but the point I was making, those sacrifices could have been avoided. I'm not saying it's reasonable to ask that of you. After all, it was plenty of information you didn't know. But it is your job as leader to prepare even for the things that are unreasonable. This is war after all. There will always be surprises. Iris, I understand that you think that you can deal with all your problems with your fists. But as a leader, you're in charge of many people, and you will be in charge of many more. You need to use your head as well, in ways that you may not necessarily be prepared for. But if you don't do it, then somebody else will, and they'll take advantage.
I understand.
What I'm trying to say is, if you don't always perform to the best of your abilities, then what reason do you give others to follow you? Back in the forest you told me that you made your decision, you put your foot down. But the others didn't respect it. They hesitated instead of rallying behind you. Think about that. As a leader, that is something that is absolutely unacceptable. You need to teach them to respect you.
She doesn't say anything.
Tell me, you've had a few rub-ins with the paladins. What do you think about them?
Overly pious. Got their heads up their ass a little too far. But there's some good people there. Why?
To a ruler, an everlasting enemy is a convenience. By directing the public's animosity outside their borders, they can unite their frame of mind. Mages, Sarcanians, and now demons. War has become a permanent tool for manipulating the public mind. Nobody does that better than the Ovian Empire, and the paladins are its weapon. No matter how they seem, don't be fooled. They are our enemies, and they will always be our enemies. Tell me, what do you think about the prince?
Complete and utter asshole.
Very well, that's good enough for now. We'll have plenty of time to talk once we're back at the hideout. You should go back to the others.
She nods. Starts heading back.
As you are starting to head back, Logan just looks at you and then continues back into the forest in the opposite direction by himself. And soon enough, Iris returns back to camp. So how are you guys gonna spend the rest of the evening? Do keep in mind, you still haven't given Theron his axe, and that's probably hard to miss since it's big and heavy.
I probably left
Wait,
on
have we
a
been
log.
lugging around? Wait, we lugged around the axe like from the camp?
Yeah, I would have
Oh, yeah,
given it to him
Logan
ages
gave it
ago.
to him.
Yeah, we gave it to him ages. We gave him back to him in the camp. We left on his pillow like a mint.
Sure, okay, whatever. Good job, Theron, you have your new axe. Hooray!
Alright, sounds good. Yeah.
It had a bow on it and everything.
Oh, yay. Love bows.
Yeah, and Alyssia post on top.
Aha.
Fury goes,
That
oh
wasn't about-
my god, that's the most beautiful thing I've ever
Theron just,
seen.
like,
Pushes off
fell
Alyssia and rubs the axe. Oh baby.
You guys, you know you
Cake.
don't have to type it out, you can literally just say it, right?
I just don't like interrupting people while they're still speaking.
Oh, hey. Adam, weren't we gonna trade spells?
I think we are going to trade spells.
Yeah, I was gonna give you greater invisibility in exchange for teleportation.
Let me rub my hands right up to the microphone so you can see I'm doing it. tasty,
Classic Adam.
tasty spells.
Alright,
Anyway,
so
since nobody has said anything else, I'm gonna assume that you guys are ready to retire for the night.
yeah, so Adam, you're getting greater invisibility and I'm getting dimension door.
Yeah, that sounds like a fair trade.
Alright. So I guess we'll just
essentially, the night is spent with me disappearing and you trying to find me without using legs.
yeah, basically.
You know, because walking
And
is
the
for
rest of
plebs.
the party is just looking at you guys and are like, "Pfft, mages, what the fuck?
We can
Theron's just asleep.
While secretly
He's, like,
being
sleepless.
incredibly jealous that can't do any of the tricks.
Iris is already asleep.
Yo, like, you ate and Theron was like passed out. Like, he's got some sleep to catch up on. He's been missing a lot lately with all the stuff we have to do.
Yep. It's
Actually,
been
have we-
busy lately.
Have we decided on a watch order?
Nope.
Nope. Theron already went to sleep, so if someone's just gonna wake him for the watch, you'll have to do that.
Awesome.
Right,
Well,
so
Alyssia takes first watch.
who is staying on watch tonight?
I assumed it was the same as before. Like Alyssia at dead of night, then Virion, then me.
Okay. Considering where you are, you have absolutely no problems during the night. I just made a few rolls just in case, but everything seems fine. Right. By daybreak, Logan starts returning to the camp and is getting ready to depart. So he's starting to wake you guys up as well. once everybody's packed and ready, you once again hit the road. You continue to travel until midday, when all of a sudden you start hearing the sound of thunder in the background. As you instinctively start looking up, you notice that there is not a single cloud in the sky, so it makes no sense for it to be sounds of thunder everywhere around you. As you continue to ride, Logan seems to take a small detour. Instead of following the path forward, he takes a light right so you guys can get to a small cliff area that overlooks the battlefield up ahead, so and get a better look. The noise seems to be coming from as you guys
I
get
didn't see it on the map.
as you guys get up on the small hill area, you notice where the thunder is coming from. Up ahead on the battlefield, there is a small detachment of soldiers and demons fighting, but that's not the strange part. In a very awkward area around them, the air seems to be almost misty-like. Both armies have stopped fighting and are a little bit confused about what's happening. Sorry, I got distracted. Vira just went John Cena. What? Anyway, you hear the continuous thunder up ahead. You see that clouds have formed over the two armies that have now stopped engaging each other. All of a sudden, there's a brilliant flash of light, and thunder begins to hit both armies. And where the thunder hits, you see that some kind of knights are appearing out of the thunder itself, lightning crackling around them, and they are fighting both the humans and the demons, as the storm above them continues to brew violently with lightning and thunder. Iris, how's everybody doing? Are they combat ready?
She looks back and goes, yeah, as much as they always are. Can't really tell with people who don't wear armor.
That's one of our targets.
Targets?
Yes, I told you. Before we have a chance against the Overlord, we're gonna have to assassinate a few key demons to get their strength. That's one of them.
Are we even ready to face it?
Ready as we'll ever be. Think of it this way. This demon is very elusive. It's very hard to track. It can disappear and appear at whim. This is a perfect opportunity to strike.
I guess we better get ready for first strike. She turns round to the others and goes, Alyssia, better get into position.
The terrain is very unfavorable. We're gonna have to lure it. Theron, you're the biggest one here, plus you're good with horses. You're gonna help me. Stay nearby. I'll tell you what to do once we get there. For now, let's ride. As fast as we can. We can't miss that storm.
I'll follow your lead.
Iris, lead the way.
She does so.
Try to cover your faces. We'll be using these horses.
I tie the shirt around my face. Or the pants. Nope, I tie the shirt. I'm kind of wearing the pants. The shirt is
Logan
around my
lowers
face.
his hood, which seems to have the same enchantment as Royland's, as it completely covers his face and it stays put.
And then she just pulls up the lower part of her hood to cover her face.
I mean, I've got a hood.
Vendrik, dear, you wouldn't happen to have any more of those fancy smancy arrows, would you?
Not at the moment.
Aww.
So do we actually have a plan?
I would surmise the plan is to have me take a shot from somewhere to attract its attention, whereas someone else, Alyssia glances at Theron, will probably charge in and attack.
Don't worry about it. Like I said, we need to pick our terrain. We'll just lure it. And we're gonna need bait. That's what Theron's gonna help me with. For now, let's just head over there as fast as we can. And with that, Logan spurs his horse forward. I'm assuming
I follow
you guys
suit.
follow
Yeah,
suit.
yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I follow suit. Yep, no problems. Following right
You
along.
guys start charging through the battle line. Obviously, some of the entrenched soldiers in the nearby camps are taken by surprise as suddenly a pack of demon-like horses are charging through their ranks left and right. However, they are clearly taken by surprise and don't know how to react. There are just shouts everywhere. As you guys continue riding forward the plains, you see that both the human and the demon army that were engaging until just currently are now in full retreat as the lightning storm is slowly consuming them little by little, and by extent the lightning enhanced knights that are coming out of it, slaughtering everything left and right. The weather becomes extremely violent. The air is picking up. There's heavy wind. There's even some rain mixed with it. But the worst part is the lightning. Every time lightning hits the ground, you can feel small tremors everywhere around you as you continue to ride forward and begin to enter the eye of the storm. It's not long before you'll start getting surrounded by these strange knights covered in lightning. As you continue to ride forward, you see that Logan takes out his three-piece staff and he uses it as a lance, piercing one of the nearby knights and driving his weapon through his chest. The knight immediately keels backwards and stays on the ground. Logan quickly spurs his horse to turn around to make a second pass at the guy and screams at him, "Theron, get him on your horse!"
He's motioning the guy that he stabbed.
Yep.
Alright, I reach down and haul him up.
Give me a hand on animal to make sure that you can do this.
Alright,
At an advantage because Logan is actually gonna help you.
see, not my strong suit.
16. Let's see. Since Logan's helping you, I'd say that's good enough. As you make the pass, you struggle to get the guy on your horse in heavy plate mail, but Logan makes the pass to help you out and puts the guy on the back of your horse in the same motion, taking his weapon out of him and once again turning around to join the rest of you guys as you continue to ride through the storm. With the guy on the back of your horse, luckily it seems that the charge and the force of the impact killed him instantly. He's done. But that didn't go unnoticed. Suddenly you hear more crackling thunder and battle cries around you as everybody around you realized what just happened and they look extremely angry. The storm is starting to move. As you ride to get away from it, the storm is actually following you. As you continue to ride, Logan yells to you, "There is a fort up ahead. We ride for it. Let's use it as cover. We'll face it there."
Understood. She screams.
Right,
What is
everybody give me
it?
a hand, the animal check.
Okay. How do I... Sorry, all my windows are in different locations. 13. Not bad.
Damn.
Dim sum, where'd you find this?
Right, 2 more.
I don't fucking know how to ride
I
a
forgot
horse.
when this movie was made.
We all making them?
Yeah, everybody.
Okie dokie.
You're trying to get away from the storm right now. Right. Everybody apart from Iris and Theron are gonna be alright, but Iris and Theron are starting to lag behind and struggle. Logan slows the pace of his horse a little bit because some of the knights are actually very close to you. While they're on foot, when the lightning strikes nearby you, they get a chance to attack you. And Logan is doing his best to keep them off you. So Iris and Theron, give me another roll.
Of animal handling?
Yeah, another handle. Right. Theron, you're fine. Iris, you are about to get attacked, but Logan takes the blow for you. Give me another roll.
Hey! What? Twice?
He's got the next.